before he was arrested on his NTR warrant. We understand that there may be some mental health issues. I did reach out to management of the DDRF program, and due to his charge, he was originally turned away. However,
all right, we're on the record in 2023 CR 8297 and 2019 CR 4160, State of Texas. All right, everyone needs to whisper. State of Texas versus Jose Manhares. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Daniel Escobar for the state of Texas.
Defense.
Will Brooks for the defendant.
All right. And are you Jose Manhares?
Yes, ma'am, Your Honor.
All right, and the cause number ended in 4160. You entered a plea of true to violations 1 and 15G. The court found 1 and 15G true. And then there was a plea in the evading arrest detention, cause numbering 8297. And you applied for deferred adjudication in the case, and the court asked that this be brought back so the court could review a couple of things and make a determination on whether or not the court will grant the motion. Is there anything you would like to say on behalf of your client?
Yes, Judge, if I may. It'd be pretty simple to just revoke him and send him to prison. He didn't report, didn't do what he was supposed to do, picked up a new evading. Consequently, if I had an arrest warrant, I would probably flee from the police myself. Not that that excuses it, Judge. I will say that I don't know that his personal issues have ever been addressed in previous case history. He was screened for, and I believe recommended for DDRF. Initially, it was the thought that he would be disqualified because of the offense, but I was told this morning that they would in fact accept him into that program. So I'm of the mindset where I think it'd be wonderful for the court to give him an opportunity to work on some of his personal issues and demonstrate to the court that he is in fact capable of completing probation once that's done.
All right, and state, I believe you're silent, is that correct?
So Judge, I think this was one where we were going to I don't believe the state at the previous hearing made a recommendation.
No.
We were going to recommend revocation, at least 10 years TDC. The issue here, Judge, is not just the fact that he was on probation and he didn't report. It's the fact that he also evaded arrest and in the course of that committed an assault. That's not what he pled to, but and that was being taken into consideration, but that's also a concern for the state, that he knew he had a warrant and he took extreme measures to make sure that that wasn't effectuated. He failed, but that put a lot of people at risk.
I mean, that's the court's concern. Probation, what are you recommending? Sorry.
Judge, I think he was using at the time, if I remember. Certainly impacts his decision-making abilities.
Okay.
Your Honor, the original recommendation from probation was to for revocation. Just because he has the 3 new cases, it looks like he was given a second chance to comply with conditions, but failed to do so, and he absconded for over 2 years before he was arrested on his NTR warrant. We understand that there may be some mental health issues. I did reach out to management of the DDRF program, and due to his charge, he was originally turned away. However, again, prompting, they said that to go ahead and go with referral. That is if Your Honor chooses to move forward with continuing him on probation.
All right, anything you wish to say, Mr. Manhares?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, can you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record. Oh, state your name for the record.
Jose Manhares.
All right. What would you like to say?
Um, I just wanted to say thank you for hearing me out. While I've been in custody, I've been doing a bunch of different classes and programs that are there at the jail.
Mhm.
I've got a certificate for social values and anger management, and I'm taking like 5 other classes or 6. I'm starting 2 more this week. I've just been doing whatever I could to utilize my time. I know that I haven't made smart choices and been responsible, but I'm hoping to get the opportunity to get things like on a better, I guess you could say a better note, like just do things the right way. I mentioned last time to you when I got to talk to you that living like running, it wasn't anything enjoyable. Couldn't work, I couldn't do anything, and no matter what you decide, I'm just thankful to have the opportunity to be able to start fresh and after I get all of this behind me, have the shot at getting everything right.
Okay. All right. So, Mr. Manhares, here's the issue with the court, and this is a problem. And I do look at people as individuals and look at their cases. So I understand the issue with the DDRF, but based upon what you're telling me and based upon the reports I've read, you knew you had to report and you didn't. And this is not your first motion to revoke that's been filed against you. You had a previous one, and I think that was for not reporting. And I know that I always tell people who are placed on probation in my court, and I wouldn't say always, maybe sometimes I don't, but I know the intent is, and I'm sure I told you at least when there was a motion to revoke, was if there's anything that the court can do to help you, let us know. If there's an issue with probation and you feel like they're not addressing your issues, you can always come to the court and talk to the court about it. The problem is you've been missing for a long time. I know now you're saying, hey, I'm at the jail, I'm getting my life in order, I'm tired of looking over my shoulder. But what you've come to me with is you're on felony probation and you picked up another felony. So I'm not going to grant your application. And in 4160, I'm going to find you guilty. Revoke. There's to be no contact with Gabriela Villarreal and Gilberto Dominguez. Just one moment. There is an affirmative finding of family violence. And the court will sentence you to 6 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served. And there's an affirmative finding of a deadly weapon. And then, and cause number, and I'm sorry, that will run concurrent with 2023 CR 8297. And I'll request the therapeutic community. And in cause number 2023 CR 8297, court is going to find you guilty, sentence you to 6 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served. This will run concurrent with 2019 CR 4160. Is there any restitution involved?
Judge, I don't think we were able to contact the complaints in that case.
Okay. I will do. All right, we can go off the record. Mr. Manhares, you're going to have to start making better decisions. I understand that maybe there was a breakdown in communication with regards to whether or not DDRF would accept you, but that does not excuse your not reporting for the amount of time you did and for you evading arrest. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. This is actually scheduled for jury trial. However, family violence is in jury trial and impact court. So I never have them be in trial here and trial down there because they don't have enough manpower.
Absolutely understand, Your Honor. And Brittany's been in contact with me, so
All right.
we are expecting that.
And Your Honor, to update the court, we do have, we're trying to obtain some discovery for defense.
Mhm.
And we intended to do that last week and we didn't have the staff to do it. We have someone going to get that discovery basically as we speak.
Okay, what discovery is this?
So, Your Honor, I gave the evidence to my expert at the end of July.
Mhm.
And for him to be able to review the cell phone extraction that the state had given me. And my expert immediately responded with, this is not the full cell phone extraction.
Oh.
And I was like, yes, it is. And then it was a lot of back and forth. And Miss Mitchell was like, yes, it is. And I was like, no, my expert said no.
Mhm.
And sure enough, she called SAPD and they're like, oh yeah, no, it's not the full extraction. So she's been working on getting me that extraction. If we can excuse my client for the next setting, and then I'm just gonna wait here until I get that drive and I can transfer it over, send it over to my
Okay.
expert.
Yeah, I don't understand. And see, here's the problem. And I'm not blaming anybody before me, but this cell phone extraction has been going on since June 13th, 2022.
Yes, Your Honor. Completely aware of it.
And I don't understand why the people who have the information are not turning it over in its entirety.
Well, especially when they sign that little piece of paper saying that they've
Turned over everything. Yeah.
Mhm.
So I don't understand that. So, next time there's anything, and go forth and tell everybody, next time there's some sort of cell phone extraction, everybody needs to subpoena the persons who have the cell phone data. And I want them to be sworn in and to say on the record that they are turning over everything. And then people can have their experts here. And if their expert is here, their expert can say, no, this isn't everything. And then lo and behold, somebody will discover some evidence somewhere.
I've been sharing this information with all my other colleagues saying, did you guys know that when agencies turn it over, it's not the full cell phone? And nobody knew that either. So it's all a learning.
All right, Ms. Ferguson. And I'm assuming they're getting this information to you today?
As soon as I get it, I'm gonna take it over to my expert and my expert can let me know of, yes, this is everything.
All right, how long are you all expecting in this jury trial?
I would expect about 3 to 4 days, Your Honor.
All right, so Ms. Ferguson, set this for jury trial. Mr. Berger, I apologize. Well, I really shouldn't be apologizing. The people who didn't turn over the extraction should be apologizing. And the court should be considering, depending on what it says, if people would like certain things excluded, then maybe it will be excluded. And then people will learn they need to turn over things because everybody's entitled to a fair and speedy trial.
Okay.
So this is going to have to probably go into the new year.
Unfortunately, Your Honor, I understand.
Ms. Ferguson, can you give them a date in the first of the new year, please?
January 16th.
All right, so your jury trial is going to be January 16th. And because you hadn't received the cell phone instruction in its entirety, I'll make that a jury trial date and also a plea deadline date. So if you decide to plea on that date, the court will, of course, accept it and make a decision on whether or not I will fully accept your plea, but you will be given that opportunity.
Thank
But
you, Your Honor.
so jury trial and plea deadline date is on the 16th. All right, once you sign the reset form, you're excused. Is there anything else?
No, that would be all. Thank
All
you.
right, thank you.